Like to call the November 11th meeting to order, please. Please rise for the prayer and the pledge.
I don't see an order in your contacts.
Oh, sorry, I thought that was taking over. Dear Heavenly Father, we just ask that you be with us as we do the business of the village of Elsie. Lord, we just ask that you be with the family of Corey Witt. His son-in-law had numerous seizures yesterday and is in the hospital, not doing real well. We just ask that you be with him. We also ask that you be with the vets, all the veterans that are celebrated today. Lord, we just ask that we take a minute of silence right now in honor of those vets and maybe a prayer for Corey's son-in-law. Thank you, Lord, and thank that we can have a chance to get together and do the business of the village of Elsie. May we do it to your glory and honor. We ask this in your son's name. Amen.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, let me get my New York phone book here.
Any corrections, additions, or deletions to the agenda this evening? Did you not bring a packet?
Nothing?
I'll motion to accept the agenda as written.
Motion's been made and seconded for the agenda as written. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Approval of the minutes from October 14th, 2025.
I'll motion to approve the minutes from October 14, 2025. Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. It was missed, but need a motion to pay the bills.
If I hadn't said it before, and I think I might have, I really like the summary sheet.
Yeah, I do too. So you guys have an itemized bill list, breaks down. It is a very large bill month, but it's because of the water meter bill is coming out. Dollar amount for the month is $181,200.88. Any questions?
That money will be reimbursed back to
Right,
the
that's
village.
Correct. Yeah,
And we'll get
from the
money,
grant, right?
from the grant.
and we'll get money back from the wood loop too, right?
Yes,
Like
that's an MOU.
$151,000 we'll get back.
I'll make a motion to pay the bills to the $181,200.88.
Support.
Motion's been made and seconded to pay the bills. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Nicole Ficus, County Commissioner, could not be here. She did email. Unfortunately, she states a former board member from Victor Township has passed away suddenly a few weeks ago. She'll be attending their meeting this evening to recognize his contributions to the community. I plan to attend next month's meeting. If there's anything specific you or your council would like to discuss in addition, please let her know. This past month, the county committee meetings included the following: LEAP contract renewal, copy of contract available in W&M packet below, nearly identical to existing contract with built-in 3% costs increased, was voted down to lack of language that protects the best interests of the county. An updated version will be presented at the November meeting. Planning and zoning, set training for all planning commission and zoning board of appeals members. Comprehensive land use plan will be updated, process starting in January. Discussed how to maximize survey feedback to ensure it represents the people. Parks and Green Space Commission approved Clinton County Trail County Parks Master Plan with Pratt Road. Approve park bench donation policies. Plan and policy in W&M packet below. If anyone would like a copy of these packets, just let us know. We can send you the link. She's got a link for public safety, the Ways and Means Committee that met on October 23rd, the Human Resource Committee that was October 23rd. The county currently has a number of job openings. We offer excellent benefits and are looking for qualified candidates. If anyone in your community who is interested in applying, who knows who may be, they can view the posting at the link below. Again, if anyone would like that link, just let us know. To better understand our committees, the United Way provides data related to the people living in poverty. The ALICE threshold represents how many people are working at barely able to afford basic needs. Here is the report for Clinton County. Note the village of Elsie is actually highlighted, showing at 49% of the residents living below this threshold. Lastly, we end our Board of Commissioners meeting on 10/28, presentation for the Broadband Task Force and Michigan Association of Counties can be found at the end of the packet below. I hope things are going well in the village. If you or your council has any feedback, questions, or concerns, please feel free to reach out at any time.
Those links, that's, the Ways and Means Committee meeting is very beneficial. I watch it, it's important. They brought up Elsie a few different times in positive ways, of course, but they're all on YouTube and they're very
YouTube, so you can
informational.
watch them at,
Anytime.
Yeah.
oh, wow.
Well, the one that I took away was the United Way statement of 49% of people.
Yes.
That just shows you, so. Moving on to number 2, Harold Park and Scripture Brick Committee with Miss Dorothy.
Just take one and pass it down.
That's a copy of the check that I received last night from the Lions Club. It was a donation to the Heroes Park,
Very nice.
and Richard said it can be used for anything we desire. It isn't got any strings attached. And I turned in 26 of the proofs to Mike over in Owasso Monument today, 16 large and 11 small. And he's hoping to have those printed up next week, and we're hoping to get them installed this year. It depends on the weather. You know, if everything cooperates, they will be installed. If they don't, we'll just have to wait until, I mean, we'll probably have a summer break pretty soon, you know, what do they call that?
Indian summer.
Indian summer maybe, you know,
Let's hope.
so hopefully we can do that. So I was just thankful for the Lions Club to give us that money.
That's great.
Do you know, does the Hero Park maybe need another yard of mason sand?
Well, we will need probably some more sand, there's quite a little bunch
There's
out
quite a
there.
pile there.
And they have to use it, they probably won't use it till spring, because they have to use it to, you know, to button everything up, but they can't really button everything up until, well, those bricks that we've got, the 26. That's why there's an area there that's not done, is because we're waiting for those 26. But basically, we'll be putting those over on the other side, and then taking those and putting them on this side. But we might be a few short. If that's the case, we'll figure that out. We can take, as you walk up to the flag area, right in the park, we can take that one whole row out, because it's not really necessary, if we have to, and put them over in the park doesn't have any right now. But they're hoping that they'll have enough of everything to finish it, so we don't have to buy, I mean, you're only gonna need a few.
Well, if you think you might need some more sand, I've got a little over the yard in the
Oh,
driveway.
Okay,
I'll pay Larry to move it down.
Okay. well, you could put it down there, because I'm sure they could, eventually.
I'm done
I'm
shoveling
sure
sand.
Larry would
Right.
do that.
Yeah, Larry will do that, yeah, he's pretty good,
Still waiting for that.
so. Otherwise, it's hoping to be buttoned up for the winter.
Perfect, thank you.
Yep.
Elsie Park Improvement Update with Mr. Ed White.
He advised he does not have
An
any
update?
updates.
I was gonna take the nets down probably this weekend.
Do you need a place to store those, or?
I was gonna talk to Chris about that garage out there, I don't know what's in there. If not, I have a basement and garage.
You want to park?
Yeah.
No, usually uses all that.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. We'll find a spot, they're small.
Do you need tubs or anything to put them in?
I'm just gonna roll them up around a piece of PVC.
Okay. I can't offer you a single square inch. Thank you, Ed. I was out there
It looks
2
great.
weeks ago. I'd never taken a really good look at the work you've done. That's amazing. You did a great job.
I'm not a concrete guy, it shows, but got the rest.
The people sure use it when the weather cooperates.
Yeah, I've seen more people down there this summer than I've seen in years.
Yeah, for sure.
I want Chris to put an ice skating rink down there, but he won't.
No,
He says it's too much work.
it is a lot of work,
It is.
If
It's
you
a
rent
huge
out that,
liability.
that's paying.
right?
I'm right below the hill,
We'd have to
there's a
block it
big
in.
puddle there.
Right.
That's man-made there.
Right? All right, moving on. Under me, consideration of the FOIA excessive processing fee appeal regarding FOIA 2025-008 on behalf of Liza Kushner, I believe is how it's presented, represented by Attorney Nichols. I'm sure you saw the YouTube event. So Mr. Nichols presented us with a letter. We will accept the FOIA in part and decline in part. The fee, in his letter, he states that this fee is exorbitant and exceeds the amount permitted under Michigan law. A public body shall not charge more than the hourly wage of its lowest employee capable of searching for, locating, and examining the public records. In the particular instance regarding of whether that person is available or who actually performs the labor, and there is an MCL 15.234 1A. So there was a discrepancy in the charging. The charging was $145.46. There was a discrepancy and it should have been $95.20 instead of the $145.46. It was an itemization error on page 1 of the detailed itemization form, so we need to deduct $50.25. It is up to the council if you would like to waive those fees. In my opinion, I feel the fees are adequate. I'm sure you guys read the FOIA situation. Yeah, I feel that they're adequate for the amount of work that she has to put in, for the amount of work that they're requesting. So, to say it was overly done, I don't think is adequate, but ultimately it's the board's decision to either waive the fees, reduce the fees,
I would,
stand with the fees.
well, obviously, we've gotta make the adjustment to 95.20. Because that's
At a
just the math
minimum,
there.
we need to make the adjustment to the 95.20 instead of 145.46 that was listed.
And I'm sure we could make the argument that the 52.89 is fair. I'm sure that argument could be made. And I'm pretty sure you're the only one that had direct access to those records, correct?
Right.
And that argument can be made. I do think we need to correct that letter that she put off the web. Is that off the website? Yeah. We should probably update that. But at 52.89, what would be the difference? Maybe another $25 or $30?
Correct.
I think she can pay that. I'm definitely, the 95.20, in my opinion, is more than fair. For the amount of paper you generated, you had to hunt for that.
Ultimately, though, it comes down to the board's decision because of the appeal regarding the FOIA.
I mean, I would be nervous to some degree, but I think our argument's strong enough that the 90 is fine. Do you believe that there's any other risk that, I'm sure it could be argued the other way?
I think that the risk is already there, so I think by us reducing it to the proper dollar amount of where it should be, I feel shows that
Good faith,
good faith,
I agree.
so. I need a motion and a second.
Well, anybody else have comment?
I agree.
I'll motion to adjust the FOIA fee to $95.20.
I'll second that.
Motion's been made and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. We'll do a roll call vote.
Jason Freeman,
Aye.
Dorothy Ellis,
I,
Todd Carroll,
Aye.
Mark Hell,
Aye.
Sam Free,
Aye.
Joe Underside.
Aye.
Okay. On to the clerk and treasurer's report.
I read in the Bible here that there were budget amendments. Do we need to vote on those?
That's in the action stuff.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yep.
We'll vote on that.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's a few in the action steps.
I breezed right by it.
Budget amendments and billing processes have continued to improve. Treasury settlement checks will be coming in shortly for village delinquent taxes. I'm happy to announce that we are still in compliance with DEP. We may even be a little ahead of schedule. Probably because we only have 5 employees that are doing numerous jobs. State Treasury is happy with our progress. Our next meeting with them is actually on the 20th of November. FDCVT grant regarding the Village of Elsie water meter project has continued. We have received a total of 7 invoices from Ferguson totaling $144,916.60, leaving us with $3,614.40 left for future invoices. As we recall, this was a reimbursement grant for a grand total of $148,531. And I believe we still have bigger water meters currently being shipped to the village. Ferguson has also confirmed that the Neptune 360 deployment project closeout date will be December 12th, 2025 at stage 5 of deployment. I've also been working with Jamie Anderson, who is in charge of our Ranger contract. We are still working diligently to identify village residents who have multiple trash bins and or used to have multiple trash bins, so our records match and are consistent with the contract. Again, transparency at its finest.
I'll motion to accept the treasurer's report.
second that.
Motion's been made and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Police report.
Police highlights for October of 2025. The Elsie Police Department conducted 16 traffic stops this month. Complaints have increased from last month with a total of 55 calls for service. A total of 238 hours were worked at the Elsie Police Department this month. Open Elsie Halloween Parade was a great turnout. Tons of kids were excited to walk around the high school track in their costumes. Trick-or-treating was a safe and uneventful night. I ran out of candy as usual, and it was very pleasant to interact with village residents. They truly keep me going, and I am forever grateful. Also, I'd like to thank the Elsie Area Fire Department for assisting with keeping our community streets safe during trick-or-treat times. The Elsie Police Department has also assisted E.E. Knight Elementary with traffic control in the mornings and afternoons, as well as a few behavioral situations with students, needing a positive perspective on influence and goals. Officer Crooks and I also attended another ABI training in Lansing, and will continue to progress our alert training as we both enjoy the engagement and a better way to be prepared just in case an incident arises. Code and zoning enforcement has continued with one zoning application awaiting approval and also one rental inspection being scheduled for later in the month. As always, looking forward to another great month here in Elsie.
And just an aside, we had trick-or-treaters, obviously. There was a group of 5 or 6 young ladies, probably middle school age. They stopped in front of our house, and before they came to the steps for trick-or-treat, they did the Pledge of Allegiance to our flag. It
Really?
was the coolest thing.
Wow, that's
That is
awesome.
cool.
I really gave those kids credit. I didn't know any of them, but at least I didn't recognize them. I thought it was super cool.
I make a motion to accept the police report.
It's like that.
Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Managers report.
Manager. It's gonna be a long one. Our next meeting with Michigan Treasury is scheduled for November 20th, as I already indicated. And the FDCBT grant semi-annual report was turned in on October 29th with a narrative/overview summarizing that 42 new water meters have been installed as of October 29th. I'm assuming that those have increased with 2 to 3 meter replacement appointments a day. On average, the DPW supervisor aims for an installation of 6 meters a week with a goal of 10. And thanks to Kelsey, residents are able to effectively schedule appointments online, as well as 80 door hangers that have been placed around the village, encouraging residents to schedule appointments. Now, I want to take a minute and explain this. So, the semi-annual report, any FDCBT grant that we receive from the state of Michigan, we have to do a semi-annual report. They need to know what that money is going for and when the projected water meter replacement project will be completed. We have 3 DPW guys. We have 2 and a DPW supervisor that was on vacation last week. Unlike myself, he takes vacations. He's earned that time. He deserves it. He's got tons of gray hair. But what I'm saying is, leaf bags. I drove around today and yesterday, and we do have leaf bags in the village of Elsie. They haven't been picked up. When they go to install a water meter, certain things happen. Some of them are leaky. You know, some of them, they might run into other problems. We had to order more cable from Ferguson, and I'm not stepping on my DPW supervisor's toes, but things happen. And unfortunately, there have been some appointments that have been missed. Again, we have 3 people, and people like to point fingers, but nobody wants to help sometimes. I don't make the budget. It's just approved by the Treasury with the DEP. I can't hire another DPW guy. I'd love to. I see what they go through every day, and it stresses me out. I've even gone out with Chris on a few of these DPW calls for the replacement of water meters. You know, again, there's 3 of them. Give us a minute. And, you know, as far as the FDCVT grant, they want them installed. And we gave them a date of May or June in the springtime to get them done. And that's what we have to do. So they prioritize everything else, including leaf bags. Right, Chris?
Mhm.
Okay. BSNA Cloud has also assisted with the water meter project, as we now take photographs of meter reads before and after installation, as well as meter replacement work orders, all being organized in BSNA Cloud as attachments to residents' accounts. Again, another organized transparency operational tool. I am also very happy to announce that on October 22nd of 2025, the intent to apply for the DWSRF funding was submitted for Elsie water system improvements. I told you, Doug, that we will give you a plan. We have a plan, and I will make sure you get a copy of that. The project need was simply replacing priority aging undersized cast iron water mains. Add looping to dead ends, replace well number 1 pump, and add iron removal treatment to address the famous rusty colored water here in Elsie. People have been complaining about the water for 50 years. There's a lot of noise in the village of Elsie right now. We have 400 and some residents, dwellings here in the village of Elsie, and less than 900 people that live here. But the water mains need to be fixed. I'm not going to change my focus. I'm not gonna let things get in my way. People want transparency, we'll give it to them. But we are in a situation right now that we have to buckle down and do what we need to do to appease the state of Michigan. That's it. We're not gonna crumble. This is a big deal to me. I've thought about this. I've worked here for 4.5 years, and everybody complains about the water. They complain to him, they come to council meetings with rusty water bottles, and heck, Jason even did that way back in the day. That's why he ran for council. The iron removal plant, Ovid has one, we don't have one. We probably should have had one back in the 80s and the 90s, and for some reason that didn't happen. That iron removal plant is $2 million today. So, if we wait,
I'm sorry, how big is an iron removal plant? In my head, I picture like a great big cowboy.
small,
Just barely.
Look at the plant down on 21 for Ovid.
Underneath your stack.
The plant,
Oh, under the water tower?
the chambers for each one of them are probably about this big.
Okay.
There's 4 chambers.
Okay. And that's all it is?
No, that's not just all it is. You have your oxidation, you have the iron removal, you have the mediate that's in there that has to be back flushed. It's quite a process.
Right. But it's not a giant footprint.
No.
I don't know about giant footprint.
It's a lot of work.
You
Well, I'm
talk
sure
$2
it's a
million, and to meet the requirements today, that's pushing.
Sorry, Destiny.
that's the quote that we received, $2 million, to do that. Obviously, it would be through the, SRF funding. It wouldn't be coming out of the village of Elsie. Obviously, we don't have that kind of money, but my thing is this: if we don't act on this iron removal plant, what's it gonna be like in 5 years? No different than when the voters back in the 80s, according to the supervisor in Duplain Township, that was passed to a vote for the residents of the village of Elsie to replace the water mains. Never happened.
Because the money wasn't there. We don't spend money we don't have.
And this, I get that, but this is something that Eagle is requiring. We have a student, what's that study we have? What's that study, Chris? The reliability study? And we have that study, we have another one. Our rust levels are getting high, and every year they continue to get higher. That's an issue. We're going through tons of phosphate, we're going through tons of chlorine. People complain about their water, the way it smells,
And the pressure.
and the pressure.
Well, I mean, look at the water lines in themselves. Half of them are already inadequate.
It's
They
getting,
were too small to begin with, and you throw the fact that we have so much iron in our water, half of them are probably more than 3/4 of the way plugged,
Not really.
so.
well, it's getting to the point to where they're gonna force our hand to do this. So, I'm gonna talk about the study that we paid for, from Wood Spicer a long time ago. And, Chris and I actually met with them back in December or January last year, I can't remember. And they prioritized with our system, with a map, showing what needed to be done, and what needed to be done first. So, I'm gonna talk about that, about the plan, project need. So, the project need was simply replacing priority aging underside cast iron water mains, I've already said that. The fiscal year 2027 project scope, it would be to replace 1,500 feet of 4-inch water mains along East Main from 2nd Street to dead end with 8-inch water main. Replace 6,600 feet of 4-inch and 6-inch water main along South and North Ovid Street with 8-inch water main. Again, we talked about it at our council meeting a few months back, how we could take our major and local funding, the Act 51 money, and we could finally do something with North and South Ovid. We build that money up, we can actually do something instead of doing a quick fix. We would get points, that's a scoring system with this SRF. So that would be the looping as well, loop dead ends on Simonson and White Street. Again, that would be point system, we'd get extra points for that. And we need to replace pump one. And obviously construct the iron removal plant, that would be at wells 2 and 3, that's where it's always wanted to be put, by our newer water tower. Hannah Lautner has been assigned as the Water Infrastructure Funding and Finance Section Project Manager for the Village of Elsie's prospective Drinking Water State Revolving Fund Water Systems Improvement Project for fiscal year 2027. She will be assisting us through the application process and proposed project plan with FE Engineering and our Finance Controller, Steve Adair. Our next meeting is scheduled for Thursday, November 13th, 2025 at 2 p.m. Our intent to apply tracking number, transparency again, 1022-3849, anybody can look it up, in case anyone is interested. Fiscal year 2027 is October 1st, 2026 to September 30th of 2027. This goes by the state's.
States that way.
Yep. If everything goes as planned, a proposed construction start date would be October 2027. The next deadline to meet will be June 1st of 2026 with the final project plan and DWSRF application due to Eagle. As always, looking forward to another great month here at Elsie.
Next.
The plan.
I also have it here, intent to apply, it's right here, paper,
Gotcha. Good job.
in case anybody wants that.
I'll make a motion to accept the manager's report.
I second that.
Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
How are you, Chris?
I don't think there's much left to say.
Well, we're actually up to 60 meters now.
Woo, 60.
I understand last week I was off. The guy said nobody answered the door, but Don said nobody showed up, so I don't know what happened there. I come back, Keegan was gone on Monday due to a death in his fiance family. So I couldn't talk to anybody about that. Anyway, we were off today, so. I'm still waiting on the motors for down there at that lift station. I also included in your packet the site, my sanitary survey letter from the Eagle. All the stuff that I have to have a plan with, how we're gonna replace it by the 22nd. That all come off our tank inspection back in 22. Which is also part of that SRF that was put in there too. So that's gonna be my plan.
Didn't Eagle tell us, because we talked about, for lack of a better term, the stir to go up in the,
There's a mixer, yeah.
somebody at one time had convinced us that it was a non-necessary step.
I was told that.
Was that a fib?
Well, it's not really a fib, I guess. What Eagle's telling me is because of our lack of usage in our big water tower, our water tower don't meet the 10 state standards no more. Because it has one fill, one,
I
it comes out the same. It goes
up and
in.
down the same pipe.
So it's not getting the old water technically coming out, which I think it all mixes and does its thing, but, so they're saying pretty much we have to put a mixer in there, mix up heating and stuff.
Because we talked about a mixer probably 10 years ago. But, 10 years ago, our TPW back was
Well, I wasn't gonna do it until they told me why.
Right.
I mean, it's $28,000.
Is it really?
Yeah, I just got here.
It's in that letter.
And there's, I mean, the stupid guy there's no way to convert that into 2 pipes. The way it's designed is probably the way it's designed.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah,
I don't need a retro.
You can't, there's no like
other than
flange
taking
or
and
something.
drawing it down further and pumping it back up, putting a bigger space,
Right.
but you're still gonna leave that top section there.
Gotcha, because the warm water wants to stay on top. I get that.
When we put one down and mix, then the mix, standpipe down and over it.
Okay.
Put one in there, because that's 270,000 gallons sitting there, and that wasn't exchanging a third of it.
Okay.
And in the winter, you had 4.5 feet of ice in there. If it froze solid, it blew the sides out. So they had to put mixers in it. Well, I don't know if they still got it in there because they've been, the mixers are running all the time. Put it on a short cycle, but it's still. And I don't know if they've kept it in there or not, but that's an issue that they have to deal with.
I'm still waiting to hear back from her about that float down there. I still haven't heard nothing back, and I've been.
Call my client. They were the contractors for them.
Yeah. I'm just trying to figure out what's under warranty.
Have Mike find out for you. I would.
Yeah. Cause I can put it in, but it's under warranty, I'll let somebody else.
Yeah, absolutely.
But if I go through them, they're gonna have a upcharge. So I'm trying to save some money by finding out if it's under warranty,
Kerr will change it up for you.
Right, but mine is subcontracted out Kerr,
you know, but if it ain't under warranty, just send me one, I'll put it in.
right, yeah. Yeah, no, I called Mike, because technically they were the contractor, they subcontracted them out, so they're responsible for Kerr. And then the warranty would come through Kerr, they would probably they would contact Kerr and send somebody out.
Right, should be the examiner back from Kurt.
So are you gonna be able to meet that November 22nd with their requirement for some kind of storage for your chemicals?
That's already taken care of, I just gotta,
Okay,
I
good,
just gotta email them, that's already done.
good.
I think that's silly, but I had to do it. I think that's all I got.
Need a motion to approve the DPW report?
I'll motion to accept the DPW report.
I'll second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor? Opposed? Motion carried. Action steps. Step 1, we have budget amendments for the activity of the village through 9/30/2025.
Did I just read it right? Did I misread? I thought Steve mentioned 9 amendments, was there only 7?
I think there was only 7.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I attached his email to
Yeah, I
the
read it.
packet.
Mhm.
Yeah, 7.
Okay. I will motion to make the budget amendments called out in the email from Steve Adair.
I'll second that.
I think we should talk about them, about this transparency
Well, let's
stuff.
talk about them, sister. Where'd they go? They're back here.
Behind the DPW. Or right in front of
Right
the
in front of
DPW. Yeah.
Let me get through all this pictures. Almost there. Almost there, one more page. One more.
Maybe I should start putting tabs on it.
Well, you've got this whole phone book in the middle. I'm in the wrong pack.
I'll make sure I make one next time.
Lots of packs today.
Is it? I didn't see it.
It's right in front of DPW.
Right behind the doors.
Oh, I was looking after
That's the bills.
after all the legal.
Here, the work, but you know what it's at.
All right, let's talk about it.
Just keep going.
I went too far.
No,
that's
they're okay.
Oh, there it is. That's Steve's email.
Ready?
Ready?
I feel ready.
All right.
You look ready.
Number 1, amendments to the MOU grants for both the interim CFO, which is Steve Adair, financial controller, and the BSNA cloud. Amendments number 1 and 2 were because of the timing of the receipts. Since we received payments in June, much of what was budgeted for 2025 was not actually recognized as revenue until fiscal year 2026. Now, this was important because when we did our DEP report for last month, the state of Michigan actually questioned that. They wanted to know about that, the financial
Gotcha.
auditor in charge of the DEP. So he actually asked about that. In short, it's an accounting matter. The grant amounts did not change. These adjustments increased budgeted changed in fund balance by $60,698. Amendment number 3 recognizes the reimbursement by Maple Rapids. So Maple Rapids paid for my motor carrier training for both myself and Richard Crooks. And they wrote us a check. We had to pay for the training. They reimbursed us for that. So that money will obviously go back to our police department budget, and it will increase our training budget by the same amount. Amendment number 4 increases revenues and expenses as needed based on actual activity. There was no fund balance impact from this, as I took expense budget from 101-265 miscellaneous budget, funding in excess of what we ended up paying to the fire association that should not be needed now. Amendment number 5, increased donations and parks capital outlay by the amount of donations received from April 1st of 2025 to September 30th of 2025 for Hero Park, fund balance neutral. So that fund balance is evening itself out. Things go in, things go out. Amendment number 6 and number 8 dealt with interfunds and investment earnings in excess of what we budgeted related to the cemetery perpetual trust, which impacts what that fund sends to the cemetery special revenue fund, which then reduced the amount the general fund needed to send to the cemetery fund. The fund balance impact to the general fund was an increase in projected fund balance of $3,000. So I guess there is 9, okay?
I think they're intertwined though, is what it
Yeah,
is.
these are numbered 1 through 7, but I thought I read them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Amendment number 7, increased interest revenue budgeted for major, local, cemetery, and sewer funds based on better than initially budgeted interest based on the first 6 months of the fiscal year. This increase was the result of better interest rates for the village's pooled bank account. Counting the general fund interest revenue increased from amendment number 4. The village increased interest revenue budgeted expected by a total of $1,632. Finally, amendment number 9 increased water testing expenses, accounting the expectation that more water testing than what was initially budgeted will be needed for the remainder of the fiscal year. That is, we are getting a lot more water testing that has to be completed. It's a requirement. Probably has something to do with those good old water mains. As we are now halfway through the fiscal year, I can share that the general fund projected ending fund balance as budgeted for fiscal year 2026 is $28,527.18. Our original DEP filing projected an ending fund balance for March 31st of 2026 of $10,524. So we are ahead of our initially planned pace for that financial deficit.
Excellent.
And that is saving money, being dedicated, and running our butts off, and making this place a priority, and taking the hits because of it. that I am willing to do if that's what it takes to get us through this. And Chris has done a lot of that. I mean, I'm not gonna be on soapbox up here, but everybody knows that we only have so many employees, and everybody has had to work extra hard. And they're doing it because they wanna benefit the village of Elsie. They're definitely not doing it to get blasted on Facebook. Right, Chris?
Right.
Okay. And again, I just wanna mention, if you guys talk to people in the community, tell them that we don't have access, well, I don't have access to the Elsie Area Neighborhood Watch, nor do I want it, because I probably would lose my job. But if they have an issue with something that happens with a water meter or a complaint, we have a DPW guy that is paid on call for the weekends. Right, Chris? And if they have an issue, a leaky water meter, then they are to call the office. If they call the office on the days that we are here, then we will answer the phone. If they call the office and we're not here, then we don't answer the phone. But the emergency number goes to that department's cell phone. DPW cell phone or my cell phone. And that's why we pay an on-call DPW supervisor, not supervisor, but worker. So, I can't take complaints, I can't fix anything if I'm not notified about it. You know, people just wanna complain, but they don't wanna do anything to help resolve the problem. Let's do it together. We're already $18,000 ahead of our DEP, that's huge. Let's get it done. I'm not gonna fail, and we're not gonna fail, the Village of Elsie is not gonna fail, and we're definitely not gonna give it to anybody else. Yes, Mr. White?
If I recall, the expected budget referencing what you speak after 2 years was right around $56,000. And just pretty close. So if we're at 28,000, are we expecting, I would hope we'd expect to exceed that within 2 years' time, but do we expect 60% gain on top of that?
Potentially.
I would hope so. Like Steve Adair always says, I'm not a meteorologist, you know. He said, when we went over this yesterday when he was at the office, he said, we are ahead of the game. However, that's probably one water main break away. Or
employees pay.
Or employees pay, or.
That's gonna become a priority soon, so.
So, basically, you never know if there's an emergency situation. DPW likes to spend money. And,
But right now, we're better than we intended.
we are honestly better than we intended, so, that's a big deal. And
It's huge.
it has been about saving money and getting better deals on certain things. Chris is great dealing with Cintas. We bargained and negotiated that bill down. We've come a long ways. Last year at this time, we were basically surviving off the $28,000 that we received for delinquent tax from the county treasurer. That got us until January, which at that time we had to take $50,000 out of our one investment account that we had through Huntington Bank. Right now, we're sitting okay. And if we can get out of this deficit elimination plan faster, then let's get it done. And let's fix the water mains. And let's get another DPW supervisor. I mean, employee.
Motion's been made and seconded to approve the budget amendments
Amendments 1 through 9.
1 through 9. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. We'd like to set a date and time for the Elsie area annual Christmas celebration, tree lighting.
January 1st.
It's always the first week of December. Last year it was on the 7th. This first Saturday is the 6th. And last year it started at 7 p.m.
Well, let's start at 7.
Yeah,
So you want on the 7th or the 6th?
the 6th, the first Saturday of December.
The 6th.
December sixth, 7 p.m.
You said what time?
7.
Do you need a motion for that?
No, I don't feel that we do.
Or you'll put it on the website, right?
Yeah, and then we can put it on the board once it gets closer.
Yep.
Another one that's been on the radar, we'd like to get our ordinance committee together so that we can set a date and a time for an ordinance committee meeting. Ordinance committee, I don't know if you guys remember, but it was Joe, Sam, and Mark.
Any
So I
Friday
would-
works for me.
What's that?
Any Friday works for me. I'm off Fridays.
Well, so Joe's gonna disappear for a couple weeks for hunting, so let's maybe get past the holiday season, I just think. Let's maybe get it into January, or, yeah,
Yeah, we can make it December if you wanted to.
is that okay?
Yeah,
Okay.
December's fine. On a Friday, you talking now?
Yeah,
Yeah, Friday or Saturdays work for me. That never my days off.
You're the only one with the schedule then.
Me? No, I don't care.
do Fridays work?
Friday's fine, yeah, later in the day, I get home till 5:30.
Right, so if we did Friday at like 6 o'clock, we get set the first one,
Or at 5:30, I can just get here when I want.
Are they online now, or not? They are, or aren't?
Monday?
you guys wanna do the 5th,
That's fine.
December 5th?
December fifth.
Yeah, that's work.
6 o'clock, you said?
I would, yeah, let's give Sam some time,
You never know, it might snow.
so let's do 6 o'clock, just to make sure that there's no rushing.
Early in the morning, but get this night.
That work?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Number 4, I would like authorization from the village council, to list 145 West Maple for rent or for sale, after November 24th of 2025, also known as the fire barn. I don't know if you guys wanna list it with a real estate agent, or if you just wanna do it through the village for now. But I would like authorization from the council to move forward with putting it up for lease or sale.
Same,
I think we should raise it up, so
so 300 and change.
I would say we start at 350,000, it gives us negotiation down to cause we all know we can't take less than 300.
That's true.
How about we just do a lease on it? I mean, it's kinda good to have the assets right now.
And the lease agreement would be good. As far as the lease agreement goes, I think the 1,200 number that we gave to the fire department's a little low for that type of square footage.
Agree.
I would say,
Yeah.
and I was 1,800, but you guys are in charge of that, so you tell me what you wanna do and we'll figure it out from there, so.
1,800 kind of in the middle.
1,800 a month lease or buyout options starting at,
350.
so.
It's easy to come down, it's not easy to go up.
Exactly.
Just remind me, the address is 140.
140, sorry.
Oh yeah, 145, you don't wanna sell that guy's house.
Right, well, maybe it's a salt shed. I don't know, we should sell it.
Get 300,000, I'm sure he'll sell it.
Right? We had actually discussed it, what our intentions are potentially moving forward with the winter time is to shut it down, drain it, winterize it, and just use it as cold storage,
I would winterize it.
Yeah.
so that is, if you guys are okay with it, that's what we think we should do with it. Use it for dry storage, let DPW use it, park their trucks inside, but not heat it for the winter,
Yeah,
so.
heat right off.
Good idea.
Okay.
Motion, no motion.
Yeah, let's do a motion and then we'll do a roll call.
I will motion to authorize the village president president and the village manager to list the fire barn at 140 West Maple Street for $350,000 or lease for $1,800 a month, right? $1,800. After November 24.
I don't think we should sell it right now. I think we should lease it.
Do we have
I think you clear.
anything that actually shows exactly where the property line will be?
We will have to have
No, we'll
those
have to
drawn.
draw on
It has to be
I'm so
partitioned.
concerned about the space requirements as far as getting vehicles in like that. You know, with our part and their part, whoever released it.
Well, we would have to sell it with easements,
Yeah, we'd have to make an easement to sell it. So.
but we definitely have to have that.
Well, and we can always, at this point, you know, we can move forward with just a lease
Just a
option.
lease.
It's up to you guys.
I think that's the better idea as of right now.
Just keep it as an asset and then lease it if someone comes forward with an interest in lease. So until we get the property lines figured out.
Maybe, yeah, let's take the sale off the table for right now and just do the lease, because that gives us time to have it surveyed and drawn up.
Change of motion.
Change motion. I change motion to not list the fire hall for sale, but only for lease for $1,800 a month.
Does that include them with doing fees and all that?
Utilities would be included in the lease. We would rewrite a whole lease agreement if someone comes
It would
forward.
look dramatically
We would
similar
just,
to what exists.
we would just advertise it for lease and then if anybody comes forward, so.
Utilities wouldn't be included.
No, utilities would not be included.
That, yeah,
So, yep.
routine maintenance would be theirs too, just like we had in the other
Just like-
agreement.
Yeah, we would be responsible for the roof and the
Brick and mortar.
brick and mortar, that, one roof, the roof at once.
Anyone support?
I'll second that.
Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Did you say roll call?
Jason Freeman,
Aye.
Dorothy Ornelas,
Aye.
Todd Carroll.
Aye.
Mark Howell.
Aye.
Sam Frank.
Aye.
Joe Undersack.
Aye.
Reservations.
Alright.
And of course, that won't be anything until after the 24th, of course. Okay, public comment?
Yeah. Last Thursday, I used your site to make an appointment. Not very impressed with the results of it. Not only that, nothing against Destiny, but she's not putting in 120 hours a week, or a month, or a week, for that matter. Because she's getting probably paid for 3 positions, and we're only getting 40.
I get paid for 2 positions and I do one for free.
Correct.
Here again, you're still not putting in 80 hours a week.
Oh, yeah, she is.
Then she's not answering her phone that she said she is.
You said,
I've called her, she did not answer. I put a message on 5193 the same day that I had the appointment. No one answered that or responded to it. And if the employees drove in my driveway, they would have seen my truck sitting in a garage with a door open. They never made it. They never showed up. I didn't even see them drive by. No one bothered to call me and say, I can't make it. I understand situations happen. I've had it done myself many, many times. But the report that the DPW, the council, is given to this city, I can understand why everybody's upset. Because there's no conversation. None. I got her phone number the first meeting I made,
I was
and
in
she never
training
bothered
on
to
Thursday.
answer the phone.
Yeah, I was in training on Thursday, wasn't able to answer my phone.
There's, to
The office
me, you
is
got a
closed.
village manager's position, you have no choice. You're on call, just like he is 24/7. I don't care if he's not here. But he is on call 24/7. If he's not, something's wrong with his council. He's responsible for that water, sewer system, and the streets. 100%. No excuses. Everybody's got an excuse. If you want to be honorable and do your job correctly, you commit to it. And that means you answer calls you don't want to answer, you talk to people you don't like because they're yelling at you, cussing in your face. I've been there, I've done it. And I think it's very disrespectful for this council to treat the people the way I've seen in the last 3 meetings that I've attended. It's disgusting. You are here because you volunteered to run for an office to represent the people in this municipality. But you sure don't talk to them. You sure don't represent them. I've been there, I've done it. I've seen where people complain about $6.50, 1,000 gallons delivered to their house. I know, grants are no fun, funding's no fun, but you still have to talk to the people. And that you do it with respect of the council or of the people. They're the ones that's paying for all this. And if you think you're above that, shame on you, because you're not. You're no different than the rest of these people in this town. I don't care if that person pays $10 in taxes. He still receives the same respect as somebody spending $300,000 in taxes. And if you're not gonna treat them that way, by God, get out of the position. Because that is uncalled for. I made that appointment on your guys' site, and it couldn't even be commented to say, hey, Don, we got a problem. I can't make your appointment. And by the way, it takes 35 to 40 minutes to put a meter in. I don't care what you're doing, 2 people, one person does the meter, the other does doing the wiring. If they're taking more than 35 to 40 minutes, they're screwing around. And if it was me as in the charge of them, they'd be fired or they'd step it up. I've been there, I've done it.
We know, Don, we know, we're fully aware. Thank you for your.
But you're not paying attention when people talk to you.
Totally paying attention.
Well, I'm not gonna argue with you, Don, but when I said in my report is, my guy said that they knocked on your door and they knocked on another door and nobody answered the door.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, they're lying.
I have not seen one of them to talk to him yet since I've been back. Okay? I have a work order on my desk that says you requested me to come do it. If you want me to come do it, that's fine, I'll come do it.
That's fine.
But I'm not gonna sit here and argue with you. You had 3 minutes, I think it's up.
Yes, sir.
There is one of the reasons I think it's disgusting.
No, it's not
Yes.
disgusting, Don. Nobody has to sit here.
You're not accepting the responsibility of the position.
I'm not?
No, you're not when you talk to customers or the village residents is that. There's no way you should be talking to me that way.
3 minutes is up.
Any other public comment?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Motion has been made and seconded to adjourn. All in favor? Opposed? Motion carried.